Okay, so we do Netivot Shalom, Parashat Emor. Wow, unbelievable. We're getting closer to finish Chumash Vaiykra. So the topic is Vaidaber Mikra Kodesh. I couldn't find a good English translation to Mikra Kodesh. The literal translation can be sacred script, but the Mikra is something that you're calling, is something that is been to read as well, so very difficult to explain, but let's try. Vedaber Hashem el Moshe lemor, right? So Hashem is talking to Moshe, asking him to speak to Bnei Israel, ואמרת להם, מועדי Hashem, this is the Moadim, right? So Moadim, Moed is a chag, right? Is a Yom Tov, or is a period of time. So these are the period of time, these are the period of Hashem, אשר תקראו אותם מקראי קודש, that you will call this period of time מקראי קודש, like sacred time, sacred period of time. These are my mu'adim. These are the time. Sheshet yamim ta'aseh melacha, right? 6 days you will work, and the 7th day, Shabbat Shabbaton, it will be a sabbatical, right? Double. Shabbat Shabbaton, mikra kodesh. V'yesh lavin, right? Yesh lavin. We need to understand the meaning of why the Shabbatot and the mu'adim and the Yom Tov are called mikra kodesh, like sacred, holy days, holy time. Because I don't know if allegedly, but it seems to be that these are mitzvot, like the rest of the mitzvot of the Torah. That day you're not supposed to do melacha, and other mitzvot are specifically to each and every chag, like lulav and etrog for Sukkot, matzot for Pesach, right? So why is it so significant and so special that they were called Mikra Kodesh from the rest of the mitzvot? Also, the mitzvot are all Mikra Kodesh. Mikra Kodesh is something sacred that you read it. It's written. You have verses, you have instruction, you have information that you need to read about a sacred time, which is the Chag. So why don't you call everything Mikra Kodesh? And also, what's the relevancy here of the Gedusha that is applied on a day which has nothing physical? Can you touch time? Can you touch Monday? Can you touch Sunday? I mean, we say it's a period of time. We say the sun rising, the sun setting, but it's nothing physical. We could say, the purpose and the task of the Klal Israel, right, us as a nation, you should be a sacred kingdom, everybody should be a holy priest. Right, Sefer Dvarim, כי עם קדוש אתה להשם אלוקיך, you are a sacred and a holy nation to Hashem your God. He said, היינו שעניין הקדושה אצל ישראל אינה בחינת גדולות אתה מבקש. Said, our Gedusha that we are seeking, that we want to be Kedoshim, it's not because of our ego, it's not because that we want a great thing to put in our resume and show off in Facebook. This is our essence. This is our essence, to be Kadosh. Right? And then he brings verses, Goy Kadosh ve'am Kadosh, you know, also it says Seder Shmot, v'anshe Kodesh tiyun li, right? And it's looked like, how is it possible that such kind of reality of Gedusha can exist in this physical world, the place of desires and lust, the place of Tuma and the shells, right? How a person can bring Gedusha upon himself in this world. Because this world and Gedusha are like contradicting each other. He says, indeed, yes, Hashem bring down to this world a perfect system of Gedusha, but by having this system or the process, you can hold to his purpose and to become a Goy Kadosh. And this system is actually including Olam, Shana, Nefesh, right? The three things. In real estate, we have location, location, location. Here we have year, which is time, Nefesh, which is the soul, and Olam, which is the location. So in the location, we have the Bet HaMikdash that bring the Shefa, the Gedusha, to the Klal Israel, right? We have the Bet HaMikdash, it's built in a certain place in Yerushalayim, on the Har HaMoriah, that's the location. And a little bit of the light chase away lots of darkness. And a little bit of Gedusha chasing away lots of Tuma. And also in the Shana, timing, right? Location and timing. כל הימים טובים והשבתות, all the holidays and the Shabbases, right, are part of a system of a Gedusha that anyone that wants to be called to the Gedusha, right, he wants to be Kadosh, יש עבורו, it says here, מעיינות, there are springs of Gedusha for us. As it says in the Bereshit Chokhmah, in the book, it says שהשבת היא שורש כל הקדושות, right? So the Shabbat is the root of all the Gedushot. Hashem bless the seventh day, Vaykadesh oto, right? So, and we also say in the, it's the Chazara of the Shatz, Ma'ariv of Shabbos, right? Magen Avot b'dvaro, mechem etim b'mamor, right? Right? Me'en, right? It says, Me'en HaGedusha, right? It's the spring of the Gedusha. We're saying that every Leil Shabbat. Right? And these are like for the timing for every Shabbat or every Yom Tov, right? So Vayahu, right? And this is the Yamim Tovim Shelechach, and that's why these Yamim Tovim, they're called the Mikrei Kodesh, because they're all spring of Dusha that surrounding the entire year to influence and to bring us the Kedusha to a Jew that wants to be Kadosh. As the Maram, right? So the Maran HaKadosh Mikovel Zechoto Agalenu, he said about the Shabbos Kodesh, Shehi Techila Lemikrei Kodesh. That's like the beginning of the sacred times. That anyone that wants to be Kadosh, wants to be called to the Kedusha, needs to start and keep Shabbat. And this is the same thing for all the Yamim Tovim. Right? Chazal talking about Kol HaMevazeh et HaModot, anyone that like despising the Modot, it's not a good thing. Right? So then he brings and said that Adam mekadesh atzmo milemata mekadshim otzmo. So a person is trying to be holy here, down here in this world, then from Shamayim they will sanctify him, they will make him sacred, they will make him kadosh. Adam mekadesh atzmo me'at mekadshim oto arbe. Right? So we always need to start. We need to have the first step, and then we will get much more. Omnam, however, he said, or indeed, to achieving the Gedusha, we need to have first, prior to achieving Kedusha, we have to have surmira, right? Detach ourselves from the bad, and only after that we'll do a set of, do good. Because as long as we are sinking in the tuma, in the impurity, and in the desire, in the physical world, then we cannot cleave to the tahor, right? Pure cannot attach to impure. And the Kedusha and the Yamim Tovim cannot apply on him. And therefore, at the beginning, he needs to purify himself from the tuma. Right? Basically, it's not complicated. Kadosh is somebody sacred, right? Is somebody separated, which means there are a bunch of bad guys that are doing bad things. You don't go with them. There are a bunch of good guys that are doing something good. They, I don't know, volunteering and helping others. You go with them. This is Kedusha. This is to separate yourself from the bad.
That's not what you do on Sundays.
Why not?
You go down with the motorcycle gang.
Yeah, we are recording here, you know. Yeah, that could also be a good thing. Depend on why you're doing it, right? Depend why we're doing it. Sometimes we need to clean our mind, but in the good things, right? Hashem gave us ability, right? If somebody wants to eat a pork, there is a certain type of fish, it's called shibuta, that have the same taste. Somebody wants to eat meat and milk together, he can eat the, what's the called, uterus of the cow. It's soaked with milk.
The udder, yeah.
The udder, sorry, yeah.
Did anybody ever eat that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, in Israel it's famous. Here in the US, because of the Masoret, you don't eat the back parts of a cow or a sheep. Right. But in Israel, yes, you do.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have hearts and livers and the fat and all the internal organs that basically, according to Kabbalah, it's not good to eat them.
Right.
It's not good. So anyway, we're going back. So yeah, so that's the thing. We need to separate ourselves from the bad thing. And that's like the first step. So purifying ourselves from the tuma. And this is the inyan, right? It says, Chayav Adam letaer atzmo baregel. A person have to pure himself in the regel, right? In Shavuot, Sukkot, Pesach. So he will have the Gedusha of the Chag apply on him.
Okay.
Also,
can we learn tonight for Refuah Shlema for Shmuel Kamenetsky?
Kamenetsky, Ben Etel, right?
Yes. I think
Yes.
so.
Thank you for reminding. Yeah. You should have a Refuah Shlema.
Man.
A complete fast recovery. Right? So he said, so before the Shabbat, before Shabbos Kodesh, a Jew also need to pure himself from the Tumah. So this is the reason why many people are going to the mikveh in Erev Shabbat or before the Chag. וזה גם עניין מאמר בעל השם הקדוש. So we said before that our sages saying, right, in one of the Mishnayot, מת בערב שבת, סימן אפילו. Somebody dies in the Erev Shabbat, right, before Shabbat, it's a good sign for him. So he said, he take it again to Chasidut. If at the evening, right, if in the Erev Shabbat, before Shabbat, a Jew will pretend to be dead, which means shaking off the physical world from himself, it's a good sign for him to enter the Shabbat Kodesh. Because as long as we are cleaving to the physical thing, and this is not easy to do. Somebody has so many tasks to do at work, and just thinking about it, on Monday or Sunday, whatever, he needs to do things, the whole Shabbat, his mind is still, grinding it to dust. And that's not good. We need to detach and stop thinking about it, right? So Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh said about this verse, about somebody died, so basically, kill all the physical things. It will be a good sign for you to go into Shabbat Kodesh. And this is also the inyan of achana, preparation for the Yom Tov, that we are purifying ourselves before the regel, doing the preparation, going to the mikveh, etc. And also, for example, Pesach. So many preparation, right? On a physical level that bring us to a spiritual level. All the cleaning, sorting out the chametz, mevayer the chametz, finding the chametz, right? Putting everything for the Leil Seder. All of these things are physical things that we do, but they're translated into a spiritualism, purifying ourselves. It's part of the achana. And Sukkot, right? Building the sukkah, lulav, etrog, etc. Everything that we need. And Shavuot, learning the whole night. It's all preparation to purify us. And then we will be able to achieve the destiny of Atem Tiyu li Mamlechet Kohanim Vegoy Kadosh, V'Anshe Kodesh Tiyun Li. Right? So he said, K'mamar Maran Morenu Rabbi, I don't remember what's this acronym here. Zechuto Hagen Aleinu. He said they are Shabbat V'chol Yamim Tovim. So Shabbos says and the Yom Tov, they are commemorating Yetziat Mitzrayim. So every Jew should always remember and commemorate that he needs to release himself from the deed and the action of the Eretz Mitzrayim, right? Where they did something that was not so good over there. And you need to remember that we have to go out from Egypt and to be purified from the Tumah. And this is also the preparation for the holy, for the day, right? The holy day, which is Chag HaShavuot, which is the day of Kabbalat Torah. That all the 7 Shabboses that we have of counting of the Omer, right? They are preparation to purify us from the shells and all the bad thing that we have and purify ourselves. And only after that we'll have a ta'er v'tkadesh b'kedusha shel mala. Then from heaven they will apply upon us the kedusha, and we'll be able to achieve that level of Shavuot. And that's the preparation started from Pesach. And the beginning of that Sur Merah, living Eretz Mitzrayim, which is detach ourselves from the bad thing. We left Egypt. And then we started the purifying process. And then eventually we'll be Mamlechet Kohanim Vegoy Kadosh. Thank you very much for listening. I know it was a short one, but I think it's a good one.